I'm actually in profit right now on the
That's
account.
good. That is good. Good stuff. Anyone else? Rumi, how'd you do? Rumi's like, I don't want to talk to you.
No, sorry, I had to grab it. I did terrible on Friday.
FOMO?
Fighting the trend.
Okay. Yeah, that's always the hard part. Yeah. So that's why we use the value areas, right, guys? That's why you want to avoid that. Use the value areas, let them tell you kind of what's the what's the trend that you're going for. So I did some work already here on ES. I mean, if you need to go through more detailed stuff, you can definitely do it. I just updated my levels here. I did draw like a little bear flag here that we had, like a channel. So we're kind of bouncing on the bottom of it. So of course you could add a 50% channel line here somewhere in the middle, and that's probably most rejection if we do decide to climb up. As it stands right now, so we did get into the PD value area low here. It does not look like it's a very strong one, just a ton of wicks in this area if you guys look at the price action. So it looks fairly weak when you look at that POC. So once we lose this POC here, which is our PD value area low from the previous area, it looks like we're going to be dumping a little bit more. And I just can't find any good news in the market right now on, what can they do to save it? Unless elections, is the only reason or a way to save it. We'll leave that up to a discussion and see what happens. But I'm thinking there's more downside coming. So, and for you guys, I gave you guys an idea on how to look at this stuff. So let me just kind of remove this stuff. So if let's say on SPY, if our PDL is here, right, and our PD high is right there, what are you leaning towards, tomorrow? When you just look at these, right? So there's, you have this here, then you look at the weekly, your previous week low is right here as well. So I would think that you're going to break down below the low of the day and then continue lower, but that would be my bias for the day if I was to play the bias as such. Okay. So that's something you guys should ask yourself when you're starting the day. What's most likely the move? We're going to go higher, lower, and it depends, right? I mean, and you don't really care which way we go because you should use, here we're inside the PD value area low. Then you have the 7-day value area low here. And this is a pretty heavy zone. Have you guys added your drops yet? Your fixed range profiles. So if you guys add this from here to here, this POC here is really heavy. So this whole drop has almost 2 peaks here, has a really high value area here, a lot of nodes, and then the POCs here. So the 3650, I would call it maybe somewhere around here. So this area here would probably include the top section there of that one. But somewhere around this zone here is going to be deadly. This is going to be dangerous levels. If it comes up to here, there's a high chance we're going to be looking for rejection. And then this POC here at 3669 is also good. So if you guys go back a little bit and add a drop all the way from here. So this is September 22nd. So that's somewhere around here, which is 3663, and then that range, maybe I marked it differently, September. I think this is a 7-day balance right here. So there's a lot in this range that we are looking at, 3650 to 3669. So I know it's a wide range of 20 points, but if we break 3650, I would think that we're going to be kind of hitting this level here and dying down. Okay. So my first level here, the line of defense is going to be this area here, 3650, along with the PD POC. So you have the drop POC a little bit higher than 3650. 2021 value area low is right there as well. And you guys see that we respected it so far. So if we do push above it, you know, if we push inside of this value area, it might give you a little bit of a sign. They might push this to PD POC. If they break this here, this is probably the best setup for bullish case for me. If we are able to do this, then you can catch this move here. And I would be really cautious here. If we break that, then you have this guy here, and that's probably the max we're gonna go to. I don't know if we would go higher than that.
How do these bank holidays usually shake out?
Well, I have no idea. We have a bank holiday.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, I have a golfing tomorrow. Okay. I have a golfing event tomorrow. Great. You guys see my golfing skills. I don't know if they do much, honestly. I didn't even know there's one tomorrow. Unless you're on cash account tomorrow, you might not have a lot of money to trade. So don't freak out if your money's not cleared.
Yeah, cash accounts are gonna not clear.
Yeah, they might not clear you tomorrow. And usually, well, now you ask, usually they drop it on the days when the retail can't trade when they're on cash account. So I would think we might see some of that tomorrow. This is a big boy level. If they're able to push to this level, 39.80, I mean, kudos to them. This would be an easy short.
I mean, we got CPI this week and minutes this week.
Yeah, I think it's Wednesday, right?
I don't remember. Oh, you just posted it.
Yep. Wednesday. Core CPI is Thursday. Oof. Followed by retail sales. Man.
Got FOMC minutes as well.
Oh, they're oh my god. That's on Wednesday at 2.
Yeah, it's a banger week.
Yeah, this might be a week, guys. I hate to tell you guys this, but if you're fairly new and you're a little bit more emotional, it might be a week that you just watch. Wow. That is a loaded schedule, guys. That's gonna be a lot of volatility here. So this is fairly simple in terms of price action. If you guys look, so let me make sure. Here, this is your weekly PVP here. Let me just turn it on. So your previous week, you guys see this? Is almost at 3,700 here. So if they're able to push it back 3,700, that would be great. This would be an easy short. It'd be previous day value area high and then previous week value area low. So, and you guys know how to get that, right? This is using a week. This one's here using 7 days, and then this one here is 1 month. I just have it loaded 3 different times. Okay. Any questions on this?
Anything below 35.81, like the next thing?
You talking about here or what do you mean? Like levels down below that?
Below 35.81, just in case.
Yeah, I think we had some levels. Well, maybe not on this chart.
Okay.
Let's see. We can add some levels. I know there's a drop here once you break this level. You see this? Once you're able to break this, honestly, the 33.89 level is gonna happen rather quickly. So this level here, once you lose that,
I think there's even a POC right there. If you draw it from March lows to the top, there's a POC that level.
yeah. Yeah, this becomes really important level. These be the levels that I have. I just got hit on a stop loss. Bastard.
Yeah, we're about to pop that demand or the supply.
They literally came for my fucking stop loss here in the middle of the night. Alright. Yeah, so these would be the levels below. Of course, you have the PDL somewhere around here, and then this is your pre-market low. So you can watch this, but this looks like a good level for short. Okay, so any questions on ES?
No.
Yep, it's fairly easy for tomorrow. Where's NQ? Why is it not updated anywhere? So we're inside the PD here. The value area. That'll be interesting to see what happens here this epoch. Man, what a drop from 11.5 to hold on, majority of this drop happened on Friday? Did you
Yeah.
guys catch this? Oh my god, I didn't even know it was 500 points. Holy shit. What a drop.
I think the jobless report came out and I think it was good and then it just dumped.
Oh, what a massive drop. Yeah, this looks like a potential nice rejection here. It might not even make it to the top here. Previous week, and then the whole consolidation level here is there. So this would be interesting here. 1172. Important level in NQ tomorrow. So the only way you can play it, I mean, I would say this week alone, you guys want to be fairly quick on profits. Yes, is there runners that might grow 1,000 times or 10 times the profits that you took? Yeah, of course. But it's about preserving your capital more so than, you know, making 1,000% bangers. You want to be looking for levels, right? If you break above the PD POC, look for the retest, you take it. You know, you have 80 points here to take it. Take it to the value area low, get out, see what happens. They'll consolidate. If they break above it, then you know what to do between these two levels. You have 60 points. And then once we hit here, I'll probably look to short here somewhere in that area. Let me make sure I'm grabbing the right points. This one combines too much data on the bottom here. So when I'm looking for the fixed volume profile, do you guys get what I'm looking for? Does everybody understand? I'm looking for an imbalanced candle where we started, and I'm looking for the last stopping candle. So I looked at it here, and it looked like almost like a tiny little stop, and then we continue down. From here, we didn't really have any impulsive moves, right? It was all chop, you know, slowly kind of grinding down. It had a little bit here, which you could grab a volume profile on these candles if you cared, but not that much action. So that's why I stopped here, because after that point, there was really no impulsive moves down. It was just climbing down or going literally slowly down and then slowly back up. So that's why I don't want to grab this volume, because if I do grab this volume here after this candle to the end, I can see where it's kind of accumulating. It looks like that POC again, 1100. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay.
But just
I'll-
fading through the presentation.
Okay. And then for all of you that trade bear flags, yeah, it doesn't get much better than this one here. Let's see what happens when we arrive here. It's an ascending triangle, right? Yeah, so these are the key levels for me tomorrow. I'll watch these and play in between. SPY.
There they go.
They're break.
Yep.
I don't know, he's gonna have to do a lot to get through this.
Very a stupid question, but is this concept of value area can be applied to other assets, stocks?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah,
I
you can
was
apply this pretty much to anything you like. Anything that has volume, you can apply it to.
Supposed to be low with Cruise Day, very low.
Say it again?
You got VAH for the green. Ain't that value area low?
This one, yeah. Yeah, I made a copy, correct. Yep. Thank you. But yes, you can apply this to anything. I mean, I do the same for Amazon. I should do the same for all the other stocks as well. Where
I
it
was
says
trying
like,
to use it on a stock or an index out
on what
market,
index?
an Indian market.
You keep breaking up. I'm sorry. I can.
Sorry, am I audible now?
Now you are, yeah, but I didn't catch any of the statements.
Okay.
prior.
I said I was trying to use this logic for Nifty. It's an Indian market index.
Mhm.
Try to draw some logic, but wasn't right or not.
I mean, I can help you take a send me the charts, send me what you see, and then is it? Can I view it on TradingView or?
Yes, it is there. Like Nifty.
No, we can take a look at it. So do you guys see if we are able to regain this POC, what happens like on SPY? Does everybody see it?
It's at the
What,
weekly.
yeah, this is 7-day range. So we're inside the 7-day balance right now. We're still there. If you're able to reclaim this skinny belly here, once you get in here, there's a high chance you're going to go $4 more. You might have a little bit of a hiccup here on a protection zone at 371, but eventually you'll get there. And then here is not the best looking candle right now on this POC here. So if we break this level here, PD value area low, where would you guys expect it to go?
$362.
357.
357.
357. That's probably the. Let's just check monthlies on this real quick. Did anyone check quarterly lately? This would be a nice rejection here. So if you guys look, we are out of the 3-month balance, right? We're outside of it. If we come back to it, that might be pretty good rejection at 373, which lines up with a few other dates. Levels, I'm sorry. And then when you guys look at the the range that we did earlier, right? The 7-day range, which can be, I believe, it's the second one here. Let's see. Yep, so I grabbed this one from. $372, so 7-day balance. This one is still happening here. We're still inside of it from prior.
Yeah, if you'd back it all the way up to there, yeah, it goes. We're right at the we were right at the VAL
Yep, right now.
consolidation and PD. And I got that written up as an SSL as well.
This one right here, that's probably a good SSL here. You
Yeah,
got multiple touches here.
yeah, get about a 10-point range. I think we're gonna just sit in there until Wednesday, Thursday probably.
Yeah, it's gonna be choppy, so there's no hits. I mean, it's
Yeah.
almost like fishing, you know. If you cast and you constantly reel it in, eventually you're gonna get tired and you're not gonna have fish. You're not gonna have dinner. Same with, you know, trading. You don't take every trade. We kind of patiently wait for these, and you see how much volume is here. If you grab just from here to here, excuse me. If you grab from here to here, I mean, this is pretty congested here. So this is your consolidation POC. It's also the 7-day POC. I mean, you can go on. It's a fairly important level. I honestly don't think we're gonna break it, but let's see. Maybe I'm wrong tomorrow. Okay. Any questions on SPY? If you're able to lose the 357, what do you guys expect where to go?
Mm, 2020.
51.
52, 2020.
No, like what level do you guys expect it to go to?
52.
352? So. Yep, yeah, 351.71. Big shelf here, which is also a pre-COVID high. They will try to protect this level, just so you guys know. That's right here, whatever that is. 349.30. They'll protect this range here. This will be their bounce zone right here. Pretty certain they will bounce from here. Okay. Any questions on this one? Man, did anyone take a short here? This was, well, at the end of the day, I have ESPX puts, but I don't know if anyone else swung anything. That was a good short. Well, let's see what they do here.
Yeah, see if they can break the structure. If not, keep going up.
Yeah. Any other tickers you guys want to look at?
Did you look at AMD, please?
Yeah, I got filled on AMD.
I did too. I got a 20 pack the other day at 59 something. But I was looking at, I think their January 75 calls.
That's too close.
For 2023, it's too close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to look at June for any bullish flow.
I'd be wrong. I may have. Okay. Thanks for that input. Good to
Looks
know.
like they're coming here for all the levels on AMD. I'll be adding more if they dip to here. These levels, I'll add more. At 34, I'll sell my kidney if somebody wants it. This is gonna be, if they drop to 34, that's good money. I'll be loading up heavily here at 34. How they dropped to here below the 6607, and it was a nice range. They dropped to right below it. They left a nice epoch here. There's a ton of epochs here. Man. Usually when there's more than 5, I get excited, but there's a lot here.
Taiwan Semiconductors having theirs on Thursday, so that could affect.
They have what?
I think their earnings are Thursday.
Oh. Well, watch AMD pull one of those Walmart tricks where they announce bad sales and then all of a sudden they explode. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Walmart had like guidelines and guidance that they're doing bad, and then all of a sudden sales popped and the stock exploded on Walmart. It might be 53 here. How's Microsoft doing? Oof. Yeah, this is where Microsoft's going. Yeah, they're gonna be buying it here, guys. They're gonna be buying this here. Actually gonna set some alerts for myself. Oh, Google is very close. I mean, Google relatively stronger than the rest. I mean, let me look at Apple. Apple good. Google. Semi's a little bit more aggressive slope. Oh. Yeah, this chart's telling us something. There's gonna be more blood coming. And if they bounce, where would you guys short this? This is a perfect setup, guys, for shorting. Anyone?
Right up
You
top.
see,
The red line.
Yeah, so this is a good setup, guys. This is like an ideal setup for shorting. Whenever they do this, they come in and now they dip it. When they bring it back, this is what you short when you take it all the way. 140 points on these 5 is a lot of dough. You can make it. It's a lot of money on these. This would be a perfect entry. If they can push this back up a little bit now, this would be ideal. Yeah, if they want to push this up, this would be great.
So you could watch that for ES?
Yeah, I always watch this. That's why I always say, guys, I'm watching that combo. The combo is this. Because think about it, this is like your 25% of the market, right? So if you guys look here. You add up those, you have, 12, let's call it 13, 15, 17, 19% of the market's in these 5 tickers. So if they move, everything moves. Oh, when did I? So this here would be ideal here spot. If they can push this back up, this would be really, really good. That's a nasty daily candle too. Did anyone swing 3550s with me? Or none of you guys? I don't know if anyone saw it. Nobody? Oh my god, what happened? You guys see this drop? Am I audible?
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Okay, oh my god. Did anyone swing any puts?
No.
No.
I have 350 SPY.
Whenever I see blood on Friday, it usually means blood on Monday. But we have a pretty crazy week, so. If Google can push to 102, this is your free money by market makers. Otherwise, 99.33. And I think our shares for Google are $89. Well, my shares are at $89. Yeah, right here. It's kind of what I'm watching here. $89. I'm waiting for this dip here. Does that help? Corey, I don't know if it's your long term or what. What are you after?
Just looking at a spot to take some monthlies or long-term calls.
Yeah, this would be it. As we approach 90. As we approach 90, I'll be looking for June calls on this. June monthlies.
Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, anyone else, any other tickers?
Could you look at service now, Shorty? There was a full send down on the daily, one day.
Is that this? Oh, that's now.
Yeah.
I would think it's headed to 300.
Can you look at Sentinel 1 after this?
Yeah, I'm just looking at this. This is a really good company though. Yeah, I think they're gonna send it to this range here, to the 300 range. When's their ER? Coming up. They push it down to this bottom, it might not be bad to grab some calls for the earnings. And they hold 367-ish, most likely will push it into the ER 400s. On service now. This one's been, I mean, market's dropping, this one's still staying kind of in this little accumulation zone here. It's been accumulating for some time, guys, so. Yeah. 154 days now, it's been accumulating in here. Yeah, I have quite a bit of shares here now on S, so. Not adding more, I'm just watching now.
Zscaler has a very similar chart too in the cybersecurity space.
Yeah, they're in the bear flag kind of here. We're watching this one. Yeah, they've been in that same range too, right? You're right. So the 190s and then all the way to 125. If they bring it back to 125, I think it's a good zone to buy. I think last time, don't quote me on it. I don't know, dumpster. Did you get in with me on this or somebody else? I think somebody might have gotten somewhere. My fill was like 129-ish on this. But if we come to 125, I'll grab some of this. Netflix is just, I just hate Netflix. I'm really biased. So what I like to see here, if you guys look at this, right? What does it look like to you guys here?
Distribution.
Yeah, you have a distribution within the little channel, right? So maybe somebody was playing money, quick money here. If the recession hits, do you guys think people are gonna be sitting and watching Netflix or canceling Netflix?
Watching.
Canceling.
You're most likely gonna be canceling, to save any money you might have or need.
Can't afford it.
Yep. And especially if they're increasing the rates or whatnot, they constantly do that. So yeah, if we break this level 215, man, there's a high chance you're gonna dump. This level is so important here. Yeah, this is done. This is gonna go back to 160s. Once you lose this level of value area low here at 219, man. We're already below the POC of this accumulation here. And I will not buy shares of Netflix. I think it's funny. For me at least, I think it is. Too much competition, it's too saturated for me. Okay. Alright guys, well, I don't think I'll be trading live tomorrow, but I'll be checking the charts and talk to you guys. I forgot that tomorrow is the 10th. So I do have a golf event that I have to be ready for tomorrow. So I'll hop on, I'll jump into trades as I see the level set, but I will not be live. Yeah, I suck at golf.
What's your handicap?
Sorry, thank you.
You did not want to see me golfing, man.
Oh, I do. I'll record the whole fucking thing.
Oh man, I played soccer my whole life. My coordination is not with the hands at all. Yeah, that guy on the bottom, that'd probably be me tomorrow. Yeah. Horrible at golf. All right, guys. Well, I'll catch up tomorrow morning, see how the market is, and just know this week, based on the calendar that we are seeing, guys, might be one of those where honestly you just watch and you chart and you pretend to trade. Because if you're not ready, every dollar that you invest this week might be gone. And unless you have confluence of items, whether you add orbs, for intraday trading, which might be helpful this week, add the orbs, use the confluence points, the VWAP, the orbs, and then if you have trend lines, if you have pivots, the PDL, PDH, use those as confluence items and don't fight the trend. Obviously, if you look at the daily, guys, we are definitely in a downtrend. A lot of people, on Twitter, they get their hopes up on these runs, right? Like you had a nice little run here. They get their hopes, and look at this. It's nothing there. Doesn't even retrace half a standard deviation there. So
I got the bull mentality.
well, you can have the bull mentality. I don't mind playing bulls, but when you're playing bounces intraday on the downtrend days, so if you guys think about SPY, for instance, so just to kind of give you an idea how in the mornings I look at the market, right? So I usually like to turn on these lines just because they immediately tell me the PDLs and PDHs here. So if I'm able to know that this is a PDL from a couple of days ago and tapped, that's probably a level at some point that they're going to go for, and this would be a good level for rejection as well. And if I know the previous day, in this day here, this was the previous day low, 360.92. So you just mark these and just look at the price action and just see how we respond, right? So tomorrow when we open, well, I guess we could check this right now. So here we're still kind of trending lower, right? And if you guys want, there's a lot of people, I've used it before. Has anyone used fibs as standard deviations of the moves? If not, I'll write up something in a PowerPoint. It's actually pretty basic stuff. That basically what you do is the same concept as fibs. It's just that instead of the ratios of Fibonacci, the 1272, the 1618, you would use the standard deviations of the moves. So for instance, if I wanted to know from this move here, to this move here, what are the levels and standard deviations? This was my, the grab of the 100 to the low. The half standard deviation move from here to here is here, and you can see how well that's respected. In order to get to the next one, you're looking at 359.66. You have SSL low right here in between. So if we break this, this level here comes in pretty quick. And then after that, that 1.5 standard deviation, then the 2 standard deviations at 354. And you can use this, however you like. I can share you guys the setups. I'll write up some notes on it.
Shorty, what is your PowerPoint again, man? I lost it on my PC. I had it.
It's under 101 trading.
Oh, thank you.
And just look at this. I mean, just look at 65-minute candles, guys. That's my favorite time frame to look at. If you look at this, let me just remove this so you guys can. So if you look at this on 65 minutes, it's kind of clear, right? So you have the bottom. I would say, you know, you had a couple of taps here on this level. And then here you have kind of, if you want to call it FVG or whatever you guys call it, the imbalance was created in this level here. So if you're able to break this, of course, you guys will not play for this little reward here. You're looking at this, you know, see how we respond when we get there. When we get to this area, how will it respond? And if you guys look at volume, so the last time we came here, we had a lot of red volume, right? You guys see the uprising and then the decreasing volume here at first, and then they picked it up. So if you look at, like, for instance, 2 hours, you know, it looks down and then they picked it up going into the supply and they created a trap for a lot of people. And then you have kind of now decreasing selling volume on this here. So is there a chance that we bounce tomorrow? Yeah. I mean, if the CPIs, if we said Wednesday, they can manipulate this for 2 days, get it back up to 370s. If you take the middle of this whole range, you know, in between here, you're probably looking at somewhere at 368. I would say somewhere around there. Let's see. So 368.29 is the half here. So that'll be an interesting zone. Just using Fibonacci's and just a basic chart. But this is what I would look at. You have a nice little range. And then let's say if you want to buy the calls here, let's say this is fairly simple. You buy the calls, you can put your stop loss right below or based on whatever your risk management is, if it's 10, 20%, whatever the way you're trading. But I would just look at it a little bit historically, right? So if you guys look, you know, you had a nice consolidation here and we had a drop. Then you had pretty much identical setup here. If you guys look at it, you guys see this? You drop down and then you never really reached it to the top. It's literally identical level here. You guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
It's right here. It looks very, very identical. And then once you broke this, you dropped. You know, you dropped good 8%. So if the history repeats itself, so once you got into the zone, how long did it take it? So once you got into the zone, it took you 20 days to break it. So once you get in a zone, what day is that? Oh, shit, it's Wednesday. What's on Wednesday?
Minutes.
The minutes. And that minute can literally, I mean, 150 points is nothing. If they say anything about 100 BPS, this is gonna plummet. So, and just look at the chart basically like this. And that's what I do. That's what a lot of people do. You don't have to overcomplicate it. You can just play supply and demand zones. If you add some fibs, then kind of becomes easier, right? So if you guys look here, if you look at the most recent swing high, swing low here, this looks pretty good. And I mean, we hit some of these levels on the dot. Like you came in, you know, you lost 50%, came in 61.8 here. I didn't grab these perfectly, but could even grab this swing high, swing low here as well. And whenever you're going down, I told you guys that, you know, you can look at the 61.8, but this becomes a really good zone for shorting. 61.8, 50%. That's a really good zone for entering shorts here. And you can put your stop loss at 78.6, or if you're a little bit more risk averse, put it above it. And just when you think about the macros, this is the last point. You know, this has been accumulating for some time now in the global economies. You had banks pushing stuff kind of down the, kicking rocks down the road, right? No, we won't deal with it now. We won't deal with it now. You have Bank of England that hasn't dealt much. You know, they had Prime Minister that was clueless. Then you have BOJ that hasn't increased rates. Now you have Swiss Bank that also wants to increase the rates. They increased the rates in, I think it was September or August, 25 basis points. So if they increase it, Italy's on the brink of pretty much bankruptcy, very close to bankruptcy. So you have all of these global currencies and countries that are looking to default. The, you know, increasing interest rates is not going to save their economies. It has nothing to do with the economies. It cannot save it. They almost want to do the soft landing, and that's why I think they brought it up many times, the soft landing. There's not going to be a soft landing. I mean, I don't trust the government much to, you know, fabricate a soft landing, but there won't be one. And then what do you guys think happens? Well, then the bailouts happen, and that's the only positive thing. And you can remember this watch list. This is the only positive thing that can turn the market around, is your money going to the bankers. First, they got your free money at 0 interest rate. They spent it all, over leveraged it. And when they over leveraged it, made ton of profits, and, you know, CEOs got a lot of bonuses. Now they're going to come be like, hey man, we ran out of money. Can you bail us out? And they'll be using our money again. And that's the only positive thing in the stock market right now. If you don't believe me, check back in about November, December. So we'll see how it plays out. But globally, macro news, this is, I think this is as bad as probably 1940s or worse. That's just my personal opinion.
I think it's pretty bad too. Getting worse.
Wow. Wow.
It's gonna get really, really nasty soon, guys. I mean, I'm not trying to scare you, but guys, if it plays out like, you know, a lot of economists that are following this stuff does, man, just, you know, be ready to
Hey,
help
Shorty,
your
question.
family, right? Mm-hmm.
What did you say about depositing? I got cut off.
Depositing?
The financial, like something about bank leverage.
Well, banks are over leveraged. I mean, they've been spending money left and right. Basically, so when you have the Federal Reserve banking like we do, the frictional banking, so for every $100 you deposit, they loan $900 on top of that. And you can do that so much without proper risk management. And a lot of these places do not have the proper risk management when they know what, I'm too big to fail. What would happen if Bank of America was to bankrupt? What will happen
We
to
don't
the
say that. I have 2 big accounts in there.
Well, I'm just saying.
We
they're
would
too
take
big.
all your money in the accounts.
Yeah, they would take all. I mean, it's FDIC insured for up to 250, but anything over that, per social security number, you're screwed. But it's not that. It's a global impact that would have. They all have an investment arm, you know, Merrill Lynch, and they would just literally start spinning. I owe you this much. I can't pay you. Then you get the mortgages. The mortgages will start failing. The people are not going to be able to pay it. Then you have the cars. I mean, how many people bought a house with the inflated price, right? I mean, a lot. We talked about it. The prices of houses used to be 300-400K, and now they're, you know, 700-800. So the banks had to pony up more money on the loans. Lower interest rates, but more loans. But think about, I told you guys this before, but think about the countries that have variable interest mortgages. Like, and they're due, I think, so from 2 years ago, they will be due sometime soon. The 24-month period expires, and we can find those dates. Once that variable interest rate kicks in for those people that bought it in other countries like Australia,
Skyrocket.
man, not many people will be able to afford a monthly payment of, you know, 700K home at 7% interest rate.
Yeah, they'll be forced to sell because it's terrible. Those loans are terrible. It's like a scam. It should be a scam.
Oh yeah, and this is just literally shifting money from the poor to the rich, believe it or not, professionally. And at the end, you're gonna bail them out.
That's why this world's the way it is, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, guys. Well, hopefully you have a good night. I don't mean to scare you, but I'm just giving you my perspective. And if you don't care for it, don't get too stuck on it. But I think we're in for a wild ride.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Shorty. Appreciate
Good
you. Man.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Good night,
Shorty.
buddy.
All right, bye-bye.
Thanks.
Everyone.
Rockets, we got to start putting our money on.